you're from. And please pop in. I talk all about homeschooling and education. Let's go live on TikTok. We're live on Instagram. We're live on Facebook and YouTube. And we're also live on TikTok. Welcome. Hi, everybody. I'm Christy-Faith. I am here live with you tonight. Excited to be here. Welcome. Come and ask me all of your questions, whether it's homeschooling or education. Is anyone here considering not sending their kids back to school? Hi, welcome. Come on in, everybody. Please tell me where you're from. Please put it in the chat. Let me know if you are a mom who is considering perhaps not sending your kids back to school, that you might be starting your homeschooling journey. I would love to know who you are, and I would love to encourage you tonight. Welcome, everybody. Come on in. Let me know who you are, where you're from. And yes, Scott.
Ali Paztek, newbies to homeschooling, over on Instagram.
Hi, Ali. Are you just starting now, or did you just wrap up your first year? I want to hear, because I want to encourage you tonight. Welcome, everybody. Come on in. We are live right now on 4 platforms: Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, and Facebook.
Yeah. Sunny Dolly.
Hi, Sunny.
87, North Carolina, joining the homeschool community this coming year.
Yay! Welcome to the homeschooling community. I'm so glad you're here. Please, I'm here tonight. Please ask me any or all of the questions that you have. We might get pretty busy here. I just got on now. So ask your questions now before we get a little bit busy, because sometimes my lives can get a little bit crazy. Welcome, everyone. Please tell me where you're from. I would love to know where you're from, how many kids you have, and how long you've been homeschooling. If you are a veteran, please stick around, because things can get a little bit crazy, and I would love your help as an advisor. And if you are a newbie homeschool mama, please stay on and ask your questions. I am a 20-year education veteran. If you don't know my story, you can look at it in my bio, but I supported the school system for 20 years and I had an awakening, and now I am a homeschool advocate, and I equip and I train homeschool moms on your journey. So welcome. Yes.
Okay, yeah, we got people from Wisconsin, Las Vegas,
nice.
Florida, Arizona.
Good. Jules is here. Hi, Jules.
Arkansas.
Oh, you are my bestie. I miss you. You know where I've been. I'm coming back, girl. I'm coming back. I turned in my manuscript last week.
Danielle over on TikTok, we're going to come right back to you.
All right, Danielle, we'll get back to you.
But first, over on Instagram, QNS Chris. I'm going to homeschool my 2 kids. They are, 2 and 3 years old. Would like to know if we should wait to start. We're in New Jersey. Thank you.
Okay, you are in Jersey, and you have a 2-year-old and a 3-year-old?
Yeah.
Okay, and you are about to maybe start homeschooling. I wouldn't do anything with your 2-year-old. With your 3-year-old, I would do 2 years of a very gentle, fun, literacy-rich preschool. Lots of play, early literacy skills, early counting skills, not sight words. And that's what I would do with your 3-year-old up until 5, and then start kindergarten when your oldest is 5. And then by that time, you'll be doing the preschool with your little one. Have your little one tag along, have fun, color, do blocks, and read out loud every day. If your child is 0 or if your child is 18, still read out loud. Yes.
We have so many people who are new to homeschooling.
Brand new, you guys! Oh my goodness! Can we have hugs for all these brand new I knew I was supposed to go live tonight. I didn't know why. I was just like, I need to go live. It was because all the new moms.
Jill Friari, excited to start our 2nd year of homeschool for soon-to-be 2nd grader. That's great. And then we have, 2 boys new to homeschooling.
Okay.
We have, we've got some other people. Homeschooling my 7-year-old after 3 kids graduated from public.
Oh my goodness, you're amazing. This is so exciting. And what is your reason for homeschooling? I'd love to know why you're considering it. Is it the social environment that you're not happy with? Maybe your child has some learning differences or special needs, and that is why you're deciding to homeschool or pull your kids, or maybe you just don't buy the system anymore. I would love to know in the comments why you're homeschooling. There are about, 1, 2, 3, there are 5, if you were to put them into categories, there are 5 reasons why parents in America choose to homeschool. And what's interesting is, do you guys know what the top one is? I want to hear in the comments if you guys know what the very first primary reason is why parents choose to homeschool their kids in the United States. I'll wait. I won't tell you the answer yet.
Yep.
I want to hear your guesses.
Allie,
Sorry, I just jiggled the table. I got to fix my table.
Allie over on Instagram says, how do you schedule your days with kids from 16 down to 10 months?
16 down to 10 months. Are you currently a homeschooler?
Yes.
Oh, she is. Okay. Yeah. So have you been homeschooling a while, or are you brand new and going to homeschool?
Actually, she's the she's doing kindergarten and pre-K. I think she's
okay.
new.
Okay.
Yeah, newbies. She's new.
Okay, newbies. Okay, so here's the deal. Here's the deal with how to homeschool multiple ages. Okay, so what we do is, first off, what you need to realize is educating a child, even like a lot more of what happens in the schools, a lot more can be done in usually less than half the time. So first, you need to realize that for many homeschooling parents, school's done pretty much by lunch. Our school's done about 1 p.m. pretty much every day, give or take a little bit of extra stuff. And when you homeschool, you do as many subjects together as possible. It's kind of the point, right? We want that family bonding. We want to be connecting with our kids. We want to all be, they're all going to read, but it's really nice to have one single great piece of literature that you're reading together. And C.S. Lewis is famous for saying, and someone can probably look up the quote and put in the comments, and please do, because I'm going to butcher this quote, but he said something like, if a book is good enough to read when you're 8, it should be good enough to read when you're 99. Basically just saying, I totally butchered it. Good literature is good literature, period, right? And so you want to be reading a great piece of literature every day to your kids. Subject level, there are grade level subjects, things like math. Yeah, you're going to be in a grade level. The way I survive as a working homeschool mom is I outsource my math. And because I'm not very gifted naturally in that way, and that's what we've chosen to do. There's other things that I'm really hands-on with, particularly like with history and the humanities and things like that. And also teaching your child to read, that just takes time. That's just one-on-one, and it's a beautiful thing. And so enjoy that. But as your kids get older, they will start to be more independent in their learning, where basically you're kind of like a manager. And so that's how you can homeschool kids in high school. Most high schoolers I know are pretty much doing their own work, or they're signed up for online classes, or they're going to a co-op and they have to turn work into a teacher there or here, there, or there. And so you're not actively teaching all day long. I train my kids, if you're wondering, I start to train my kids towards more independent learning by about 7 years old. They have their little checklist. They know what they're supposed to do. Pretty much by the time my kids hit 5th, 6th grade, 90% of their school day is done independently. Now, it's not that I'm not involved, and it's not that I'm not there. It's actually what I want. I buy great curriculum. I set them up for success. I spend a lot of time at the beginning of the year setting schedules. We tweak schedules all the time, and I have check-ins with my kids all throughout the day. I have an 11:30 appointment with my son every day, and he has to have certain subjects done when we meet, and he has to be ready for our discussion on literature, for example. And then I go over his sentence diagramming, and I check up on if he's improved in his typing, and so we kind of check in. And so that's how we do it. Hello, Emily's here. Hi, Emily. Yay! Who are Thrive people that are in here tonight? Are you surprised to see me live? I know, you guys know how I feel when I don't go live in a while, and because I was working on the book, and then of course, showing up in Thrive, one of the things that has to go sometimes is going live, but I'm glad that I'm back. Yay! Yes, I'm sure we have lots of questions. I rambled there.
So many.
Give hugs to all the mamas in here who are, oh, Emily, no, my hair's not dark. Emily, my hair's dirty. It's not dark. In fact, I just got it highlighted. Girl, is my lighting bad or something? Wait, is Emily the one that's been giving me hair tips for like a year? I don't know.
Yes, it is.
Okay, I thought so. Wait, and there was someone else in here. Okay. Gina, you're still not able to do it? Okay, we'll help you, Gina.
Just told her to email.
Yeah, Gina, email. Hello. Yay! I know. Yes. Hi, Jennifer. I shouldn't be reading the comments. Scott should be reading them to me. But yeah, I'm doing a summer book club. It's not part of my membership on Thrive. It's just something that I wanted to do. And a girl, Brittany, are you here, Brittany? She's like an amazing book club manager. And we got together and we're like, we're going to try a book club. So it actually closes tonight. If you want to join a book club, I have the book right here. I have the book right here. If you want to read a book club with me, there's going to be discussions, challenges, a reading schedule, and several Zooms with us all together. Join it. The link is in my bio. It's fairly cheap. It's just a book club. And if you've been someone who's kind of been like on the fence with joining Thrive, maybe this is a way to figure out if you like me or not. You'll like me. Maybe. Okay, wait, but first, I'm sorry, I keep interrupting you. I'm sorry. I want the new homeschool mamas in here, my veteran mamas and my Thrive mamas. Will you double tap and give the new homeschooling mamas hugs? Because this is a very nervous time of year. You're pulling your kids out. You're trying to plan in the summer. This is the time that they need some hugs. Yeah.
Yeah, Gina wants to know where your email is, so just go to the bio.
Yeah, Gina, go to my bio and then that email, and we'll actually look for it. Because I know I get a lot of emails, but after the live, can you just write that down?
Yeah.
To look for, and we'll find you, Gina.
Elle says, I'm not homeschooling yet. My little one is 14 months, and I'm just researching now so I can make the right decision.
Oh, good. Yeah, welcome. Grab my How to Homeschool guide. It's free, and it's in my bio. It's 26 pages. It's right here. I should get it.
Linda says, hi.
So it looks like this. Yeah, this is free. Grab it. It's a How to Homeschool guide.
Linda says, hi, from Seguin, Texas. I have 4-year-olds starting homeschool this year.
Yay!
I'm nervous, but I'm happy I'm following you and learning more.
Oh, good. I'm so glad. That's amazing. And if you guys feel like you need mentoring, I have an amazing community. There's mamas in here tonight that are in my Thrive homeschool community. It is not for everyone. It's for kind of the serious homeschool mom who's on the growth plan. We have workshops every month. I do a free supplement every month. We're dropping a poetry one on Wednesday that's absolutely phenomenal. I just proofed it today. It is amazing. We just finalized the whole thing today. We do office hours. We split everybody up by the age of your kids. So you're not, you're not a high school mom who's having to listen to talks about preschooling. So we've split up all the mentoring into age groups. We have office hours, discussion groups. You guys can ask about it. And I know Thrive members here tonight can share how their experience is in my community, but it's my calling. It really is. I feel like my entire second half of my life is to empower moms to take back the hearts and minds of their kids. And I have an amazing background in education where I've seen and worked with kids with every possible learning profile pretty much on the planet. And I feel like there is no better place to educate a child than in a loving home with a motivated parent. And so I want you to feel empowered, but more than anything, I want you to feel like you belong. This is a community where it's a judgment-free zone. It's not like a religious community or a non-religious. We have lots of people who from all different faiths. Did something happen to Instagram? It just went dark on my end.
We're good.
Okay. All right. Welcome, everybody. Come on in. Tell me where you're from. Yeah, question.
Wendy Babe says, yes, I need guidance. Pulling my kids out, 5 and 6, and want to have something starting this summer.
Yeah.
Have no clue what curriculum to start with. Want to start in the summer.
Okay. Yeah. So one is I have a free curriculum recommendations freebie in my bio. But if you are a brand new homeschooling mom and you are freaking out right now, you really need to consider joining Thrive. I have a team of mentors in there to help you every step of the way. Every day I'm DMing moms back and forth. We're choosing curriculum together based on your needs, your lifestyle, your kids' learning profiles. So please, if you feel like you need guidance, I am here for you. So it's a lot more than what you get on social media, right? Because social media is more for like awareness for homeschooling. Not a lot of mentoring can happen on social media simply because of the medium. You just really can't dive deep. And so this is how I've made my mentoring affordable. So please consider it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Danielle,
Okay, back to questions.
on TikTok, are you still there? Former high school teacher, I believe, trying to figure out what to do. Kids currently 4 and 1.
Okay, kids currently 4 and 1 and was a high school teacher.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So what I would recommend, since you're a teacher and I was too, okay, I hate to say this, but I'm going to tell you to at least watch my Finding Your Why workshop. Why am I recommending that? It's a fast-paced deschooling workshop, basically, because what I find it really hard for us teachers to enter the homeschooling space because we have so much programming that's done. Is Instagram wonky? Yeah. Oh, it went dark again.
I'm working on it.
Okay. All right. Okay, there it went light. I wonder if it's a plug issue.
Yep.
So anyway, there's ladies in here who have done the Finding Your Why workshop, and it is really phenomenal for figuring out why you're doing what you're doing. Because once you figure that out, then it's easier to pick curriculum. Also, remember, you guys, there is a quiz in my bio. It's totally free as well, and it's your homeschooling style. That also helps you buy curriculum. I have lots of free resources in my bio. Stay on this live, go to my bio, visit stuff, and come back. Yeah.
V. Perkins, reason for homeschooling. I don't want my kids to sacrifice their authenticity to fit into a group.
I know. I agree with you. I did an entire, I don't know if I can share. Yes, I go very in detail in that in a chapter in my book. Yeah. And it's a heavy hitting chapter. It gets pretty serious about what is going on socially in our schools and how our kids are losing their identity because of their need to fit in. And fitting in our schools is now survival. So, and it's tragic. So kudos to you, Mama. You're seeing it.
Gleam Living Candles. Been homeschooling my rising second grader and will start kindergarten with my second child.
Yay!
Tips for homeschooling multiples.
Yeah, tips for homeschooling. Well, first know that you're in the more tough years because these are the years where they're not as independent. But on the plus side, homeschooling is done in about an hour when you're kids. It's a second grader and a kindergartner, right?
Yeah.
And maybe 2 hours tops. So, in fact, I have a chart in here. Even if you're not brand new to homeschooling, and I'm going to look at what page the chart is for how many hours per day. I think it's on page, do you guys remember what page it's on? Oh, I got to update some stuff in here, don't I? I think. Anyway, yeah, here we go. It's on page 20. I have a chart on page 20 of how many hours, recommended hours per day for your age kid. So what you're going to do when you're homeschooling, especially since your kids are pretty close in age, try to do as many subjects together as you possibly can. It keeps going dark.
There's a problem.
Okay. Sorry, Instagram, it keeps going dark, but we're here. Welcome, everybody. Come on in. If you're curious how many hours per day for homeschooling, grab my How to Homeschool guide. This is free, and on page 20, I have the recommended hours for your age kid, and it's surprisingly low. And by the way, when your kids start to be in junior high and up, they're really pretty much independent. It's more like you're a manager by that point. Yes?
Waverly Schaefer. How
Hi,
do I
Waverly.
convince my fiance to homeschool future children? I want to, but my fiance does not.
Yes,
And
okay.
she was a homeschooler herself.
Okay, Waverly, I totally get it. I talk about this in detail in my book that's coming out. It's going to be available for pre-sale in September. But I'm going to give you a couple recommendations now. Number one is I'm going to recommend that you really listen to concerns and even write them down. Write down pros and cons. Because often when you talk through those concerns, things that seem really, really big end up not being that big when you look at the benefits of a different lifestyle. Okay, so keep in mind that most homeschoolers, how we feel is we feel like kids in public schools are missing out, actually, because we are the ones that have incredible freedom. We still have prom, we still have sports, we still have all of those things, but we don't have the yucky stuff as well that's related to schools. So the other thing is, and I know you were a homeschooler and you're now a graduate, but getting to know and inviting families over of families that you admire and who are homeschoolers, that would really help, and have your fiance, it's a fiance,
yeah,
can ask questions. Actually, your fiance is one of the main audiences for my book, so I would highly recommend that you get my book when it comes out. And I'm going to stop there. There's a couple other, but the main thing is if you have a healthy relationship, you guys can talk these things out, and not in a way where you listen to what he said, which I know you're not doing this, but for other people, not in a way where you're listening and then you're just going to refute whatever he says, because these are actual real concerns, and homeschooling might be extremely foreign to your fiance, and that is okay. So working through those things, so that's what I would recommend off the top of my head. I know I have a list of 9 things in the book. Yes.
I have a 9th grader. Her name's Nana. My 7th grader and a 9th grader, 7th grader, kindergarten. My high schooler would like resources for college.
Oh yeah, high schooler resources for college. Well, one, you can do dual enrollment. Are you doing that right now? And then there are some great programs out there and companies that help you position your homeschooler to be very appealing to colleges. But a lot of homeschoolers, it's very common for homeschoolers to graduate high school with their AA because they've done dual enrollment. So I would definitely look at that. And actually, colleges are recruiting homeschoolers more than they ever have. Why? Because colleges are all about money, and homeschoolers complete college at a higher rate. Sorry, I just got a text. Homeschoolers complete college at a higher rate than non-homeschoolers and are more successful in college. So, yeah, yes.
Oh, Purple Switch is on here. And
Purple Switch.
And she says, what is dual enrollment?
Dual enrollment is when you are doing high school and college courses at the same time. It's very common for homeschoolers to graduate high school with also their AA degree. And you can do online programs, and you can also do community college. I'm so glad Purple Switch is here. Hello.
Waverly follows up. I'm scared to do something or teach something wrong.
Yeah, we all are. Oh my goodness. Yeah. But teachers get it wrong too. I mean, come on, people.
Oh, Mama in the house. Do you have any tips for a burnt out homeschool mom?
Oh, yes. I do. Okay, let's give this mama some hugs. I get it. We do get burnt out. We get in ruts. We get tired of doing what we're doing, and we get tired of the same old stuff going on with our kids. One of the first things I recommend if you're getting burnt out is to try a season of interest-led homeschooling. I really do. And if you're nervous about that, maybe keep to basics like math, and then just have a rich, bonding, family, joyous experience together where you just kind of get a breather. And that's the first thing that I recommend for burnout, quite frankly. Yeah. Did you get Instagram to work?
Working on it.
Okay.
Any math curriculum recommendations for kindergarten, says Mandy.
Okay, math curriculum recommendations for kindergarten. Yes. Well, this live is not sponsored, I will say. It's not sponsored. But my favorite math program happens to be CTC Math. They're really a great company, good people, but they could be bad people with a good program and I'd still love it. It's just like a bonus. Their program is phenomenal. It saved us this year with one of my children. It's called CTC Math. This is not sponsored. Sometimes they do sponsor my lives. Tonight they didn't, but I would highly recommend looking into it, especially if you're not, like, math was kind of more difficult for you, because it truly is outsourcing. There is a video that your child watches, and it's a mastery-based program, which is my favorite way. Well, I think it's the best way to teach math. I don't really prefer a spiral approach to teaching math. So there's spiral approaches and there's mastery approaches, and CTC Math is mastery. It sends you a weekly report. You can check on how your kids are doing. They don't have to move on to the next subject or the next topic until they've mastered the previous one. It has been a game changer for us. So I would highly recommend looking at CTC Math. This is not sponsored at all. I just like the program and I like them. And so I'm giving them a free little spot right now. How's that? So, yeah.
Okay, so let's see. VapTG came back for
Okay.
Instagram. She
Okay.
says, much better. What should a fifth grader be learning?
Okay, so what should a fifth grader be learning? That is a very good question. So most homeschool mamas, we don't buy into that a kid needs to learn certain things by a certain grade level. Give or take a couple of things. I truly believe literacy is very important. Reading comprehension, and also math. I like for my kids, I like my math to be on par. Other than that, most of what kids learn, like in science and even in history, like especially in the young ages, they forget it. They forget what they've learned. So I think it's so important, for example, more than like what history should my kid learn in a particular grade level, I would recommend getting grade level or like reading level living books for history and read out loud, so your kids really learn important life lessons through history, not necessarily learning facts and figures that they're going to forget, but that they actually study history for the true purpose of studying history, which is to be changed, to understand the world and humanity so that we don't repeat history's mistakes, that type of a thing. So you can always download for free state standards, Common Core standards, whatever standards you want, and you can use those standards as a checklist for your homeschool. I know many homeschool moms that do it that way, and they're thrilled to do it that way. They're happy. They're more of what you would call of the 9 homeschooling styles. They're called the traditional style of homeschooling. And you could very well be that. I'm not. I'm more of an eclectic, interest-led homeschooler with like a touch of classical. I know, I'm just a weirdo. But it's partially because I know all of the homeschooling styles so well that I kind of pick and choose what I love. So when I get the question, what should my third grader be knowing? Well, if you agree with what the government says, then you can download those, but I generally don't. So I'm free. And you know what? Homeschoolers outscore conventionally schooled kids by a mile on standardized tests. So we are doing something right, because most of us don't follow the standards. Yes.
Okay, Creations by Melissa. How do you get all the subjects in? I'm nervous I will mess it up.
Okay, so how do you get all the subjects in? This is a fun question. One is you don't do every subject every day. That's a formula for disaster. So in my house, we do science twice a week. We do history twice a week. We do literature every day. We do piano every day. Copy work for my little ones every day. Math every day. But we don't do every subject every day. And that's how you kind of do it. And then for as many subjects as possible, you do them family together. So if your kids are pretty close in age, you can do history together and the science together. And then, but yeah, that's how you do it.
Jacqueline loves your shirt.
Jacqueline, okay, can we have a talk, Jacqueline? I put this shirt on and I literally looked in the mirror and said, off-white's not your color, Christy. And then I put on more blush to try to compensate. I do agree. I think it is a cute shirt, like with the bell sleeve here. I'm just not so sure. I'm not so sure about off-white. What do you guys think? And Purple Switch is not sure about my hair, right?
I think.
Or no, Emily Stryker.
Emily, yeah.
Are you still here, Emily? Yeah, she thought my hair went dark, but I actually just got it highlighted, and I was telling her my hair is just dirty. That's why it looks dark. Who has dirty hair tonight? Who's with me? Who did dry shampoo today? That's what I want to know.
Sarah,
Give me hugs if you did dry shampoo like I did. I actually was at the pool today, and I'm going to shower later tonight, but have not showered yet, and it was hot today.
Sarah says transitioning to homeschooling. How do I get my kid interested in learning?
Okay, wait, someone's transitioning to homeschooling. Give a hug. First, give a hug. Yay! Ray, I do homeschool year round, yes. But I do light summers. But what is her question? The new homeschool mama. I want to make sure.
How do I get my kid interested in learning?
The way we know how to get kids interested in learning, and that is to find their interest and then lean into that. And it's a lot easier if your kid is younger because they haven't had that experience of being trained to hate school. And they haven't been trained that school is work and that work is negative. Often kids, and I had a homeschool panel in my membership a couple of months ago, and these kids, their orientation to learning, there was no negativity associated with learning at all. There was no drudgery or associated with learning because they were homeschooled all the way through, and learning is a fun thing. Learning isn't negative. So we do know how to motivate children to learn, and that is to lean into their interests and and also to expand those interests. So that doesn't mean that, okay, my kid only likes video games. How am I going to do that? No, you can expose your children to all different things and then see what they're interested in and kind of lean into that. So, and I'm not a purely interest-led homeschooler. I do think like you're going to do math because you're going to do math. So, but at the same time, math is not that negative in my house because I don't really do exams. I'm sitting there. I know if they know it. I know if we need to spend an extra day, an extra 2 days, an extra 2 weeks. I know so it's just like we're learning and I say, oh, we're going to do another practice page on this. It's not like, here's a test, you failed. And then my kid is getting negative messages about themselves based on their performance. Like that, you can totally eliminate all that when you homeschool. Isn't that cool? Yes. Okay.
Q&S Chris, I hope you save this live.
Aren't they up?
They're actually on YouTube.
Are they on YouTube?
Yeah.
I don't know. Because of the off-white shirt and the hair, I might take it down.
Maggie.
But I did put minerals in my water.
Maggie Ely 23. What do you recommend for literature as kids are fluent readers, but are they out of language arts? Is there a better option?
Okay, so this is a tough one because language arts, people consider it different. Like English language arts, like ELA, is used a lot and thrown around. And that really means everything. It means reading. It means writing, like handwriting. It can also mean composition to people. It can also mean spelling, comprehension, right? English language arts can be considered all of that. I do separate programs for each. I don't buy like a big box curriculum and cover it all. There are programs that I've used in the past where there are some of those combined. But what is her exact question? Because I want to make sure she's satisfied with how I answer.
The question is, are they out of language arts? Is there a better option? They're fluent readers. What do you recommend?
Are you asking when to stop teaching reading?
Maybe.
Yeah, if they're fluent readers, you can just stop. Yep.
Okay, Anva Living. What do you suggest for the last 4 years of school? I've been homeschooling for 6.
The last 4 years, like of high school?
Yeah.
And you've been homeschooling for 6 years. For the last 4, I would try to do some dual enrollment. I would try to build up that resume, so that if your child is college bound, they look really attractive and unique. That's what I would be doing in the high school years. There's some really great programs out there specifically designed for high school, homeschooling high school. that are fabulous, that help you build your transcript and know what to do and when to lean into an interest or a volunteering opportunity or leadership stuff. But that's what I would be focused on.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Nikia Jean says, how do I get started? My daughter is 3 and I want to start homeschooling her with preschool soon.
Yes. You should. Yes. Start doing preschool. If your child is 3, absolutely start. Now, preschool is play. Preschool is getting down on your kids' level, listening to what they say, and answering their questions. Kids at that age are so curious. I would do early literacy skills, not a single sight word. Don't get me started on sight words. Don't do it. Early literacy, early counting, and then exploring the world and getting excited and being filled with wonder about how cool a frog is and how the leaves turn gold and why is that, and do tons of like read alouds and nature read alouds. Go to the library. Don't check out crap. Check out really cool books and literature to read out loud to your preschooler. There's, when you are homeschooling preschool, you don't even need to really follow a program. I always did because I'm not particularly crafty. I kind of wanted stuff planned out for me. By the time my 4th child came around, it was like, you're tagging along, kid. Probably didn't even do preschool, to be honest. With my youngest, maybe just a little bit. But with my oldest, for sure. And I needed something structured in the day because the days get monotonous, especially with little kids. And you're like, oh my goodness, I just need something to do. So that's what I would recommend. Very play-based. They've done studies that high academics in those preschool years, they backfire. They are not helpful. Kids don't end up ahead. I was one of those moms. Don't do it. I had my kid in cello lessons at 4 years old. It was the biggest waste of, I don't even know how much money I spent. It was so dumb. Yes.
Okay. So we have a couple questions here. So how do I teach my rising kindergartner twins to read?
You have twins too? I have twins. Oh, how exciting. So if you are on this live tonight and you want to teach your children how to read or you're overwhelmed by that, what you need to find is a homeschool curriculum that is an Orton Gillingham based curriculum. Someone can write it in the comments. It's called Orton Gillingham. It's phonics. It's basically phonics-based instruction. So if you have a program right now that's sight word heavy, it's not a good program. I'm not saying no sight words. Even the Orton Gillingham programs have a few sight words, but all of those programs that I used, I never even pulled out the sight words. All 4 of my children are well above grade level in their reading, and not once in their lives have they ever been shown a sight word by me. Not once. It's not necessary. If you are a literature-rich household, you're reading out loud, they're reading out loud to you, and you go through a really good Orton Gillingham-based reading program, then you're set and you're good.
Mighty Mama says, Mighty Mama McLean, I want to homeschool my kindergartner.
Yay!
How do I do this? I'm scared to death.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so this is Mighty Mama?
Yep.
Well, this is free, Mighty Mama. It's my How to Homeschool guide. You can get it in the link in my bio. And you guys, if you're here tonight and you are new to homeschooling or you're feeling alone or like, where am I going to find my people? Please consider joining Thrive. We have lots of Thrive members on the live tonight. You can ask them questions and they'll answer. My group is not for everybody. It's for mamas who really want to be the best homeschoolers that they possibly can. It's for moms who truly care about their kids. They want what's best for their kids. They want to grow in their parenting. They want to grow in their homeschooling because we do workshops every month. We do discussion groups. We have office hours with me and my mentors where you come and ask your questions and we give you the time to answer your questions thoroughly. We split you up by the age of your child so that you're in office hours, for example, with other moms of preschoolers or other moms of teens, for example. We have a whole office hours just dedicated for teens, moms of teens. If you are feeling lost, overwhelmed, alone, Thrive is waiting for you. So please look at it. You don't even have to, you can just poke around tonight look at the page where it has all the information on there just to see what we're doing, because it's an incredible thing that we've built. It was how my heart, why I did it. Why did I start Thrive? My calling is to nurture, mentor, and feed you so that you can be the best homeschool mom and you can thrive. Because a lot of people think homeschooling is just so sacrificial and just sounds awful. Oh, I don't want to be around my kids all day. I actually think homeschooling can be one of the most life-giving things for mama. But there's some certain things we have to do to get there, right? We have to really work on our parenting. We have to educate ourselves sometimes if our kids' learning profiles are a little bit complicated. We need help. We need to be able to know to go to a mom who's been homeschooling 10 plus years and ask her what curriculum is out there. That's what Thrive is. And I love doing my consultations, but my consultations, because it's a 1 hour consultation, but it's about 3 to 4 hours outside of that, they're a little bit pricey. And so although I loved doing them, I still love doing them. I do them all the time. I really wanted an affordable way to kind of do the same thing. But what was missing from the consultations is that ongoing relationship where, okay, let's try this, then get back to me, or go talk to that person, then get back to me and see what they say, or try this program. So that ongoing relationship was something that I really wanted, that I think people really need. So please check out my bio, check out all the information on Thrive, because we are here for you and waiting. We have a whole team of amazing mentors. Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, and Melissa Bruno, how do I keep going? I have thought about giving up.
Oh, Melissa. Oh, I want to know you. We can do it. I want more details. I want to know what's really hard for you right now, how you're struggling. I wish you were in Thrive, because then you could post and you and I could DM and we could help you.
Oh, Kelly's so sweet.
But give me more details.
We just completed our first year homeschooling. Christy and Thrive have been amazing.
Oh, you're so sweet. Who said that, Kelly? Oh, Kelly, you're so sweet.
Amanda says, why are you against sight words? We are using a curriculum that has them for kindergarten.
Yes.
Skip them?
No. If you are using a sight word heavy curriculum to teach your child to read, then it's probably not a great curriculum. So the whole language method of learning to read is actually fairly recent, and it's an experiment, and it has failed miserably. We have 37% of high school seniors that are not reading at a proficient level who have been raised with this particular method of reading. Reading teachers have had to adopt this way of teaching reading, kicking and screaming, and many teachers teach phonics in their classroom anyway. So we have a major epidemic. I'm not going to go to this length, but I just want to say I have read research that supports, I'm not willing to go here yet. I have read research that supports that the sight words based method of teaching a child to read, such as the whole language method. The whole language method is more than just sight words, but I'm just saying, has been linked to causing more dyslexia. And there's research to support that. So a phonics-based way of instructing our children is the best way. In fact, at our center, when we would get kids that couldn't read, they were sent to us, and they were sent through our reading program to remediate their reading. What did we do? We did Orton Gillingham based methods. We went all the way to the beginning. We taught them phonics, and we caught them up and got them ahead. We had to go all the way back to the beginning. So let's just do it right in the first place. Let's just teach phonics from the beginning, and we would avoid so many problems. Mm-hmm. Yes, hooked on phonics. Awesome.
Yep.
Okay.
Let's see. Oh, Proverbs 31 said, she's enjoying the, what was it? Oh, the CTC math.
Oh, you are?
Yeah, they're doing well on it.
Yay. Okay, so they are not sponsoring this live, like I said earlier. They do sponsor some of my lives. They are not sponsoring tonight's live.
Haley.
But I just love CTC math.
Haley over on Instagram. I homeschooled my oldest half the year, and now her sister wants to.
Oh!
My kindergartner wants no part of it. How would you suggest getting him excited about homeschooling?
Okay, so here's the thing. Kids always know what they want. They always do. They don't always know what they need. That's our job. We're the parents. We are the ones that are to evaluate, look at them with love, and decide what they need. So, often kids are not on board, to get at the heart of your question. Often kids are not on board because it's scary, it's unknown, they don't understand it, they don't know how it's going to work. It's new. All those things are a formula for resistance. So some things that you can do if you have a child who is reluctant to homeschooling is you can do a practice day and make it really fun. You can be around other homeschoolers so they can talk about what homeschooling is like with friends. Often they think that they won't have friends because they don't know a lot of homeschoolers, but the fact is homeschoolers are everywhere. You'll see them once you go to the co-ops. And so sometimes visiting a co-op, seeing that there are tons of friends out there, depending on what your child's concerns are. So a conversation, even with a kindergartner, a conversation, getting at the root of why that resistance is there is going to be really helpful. Yeah. But it's not uncommon because it's unknown. And quite frankly, it's pretty common when kids are older and they're pulled from school to fight their parents for a while, like a year, 2 years. Yeah. Not that these parents aren't listening. It's just there's reasons why the parents are choosing to do this, So I've known parents who have chosen to homeschool simply because their child was too peer-oriented and they saw some toxic relationships. Those are children that are really going to fight you because they think you're taking them away from their friends. They end up making new friends, better friends, healthier friends. But that's an example of where you're going to get quite a fight with an older kid maybe. And it's where the thing where, of course, they know what they want, but what do they need? They need healthier relationships. Right? They need to be around friends that aren't dragging them down into substance abuse and gossip and things like that, right? Some dangerous, risky behaviors. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, so he said, after going to private school for a semester, my boys asked to go back to homeschool.
Okay. Oh, that's great.
Peachbird.
So, Pete, is it Peachbird?
Beachbird.
Beachbird. Are your boys there right now? I would love to ask them why they want to come back to homeschooling. Would you go and ask them and then come back and report to us? I would love that.
Riley says, how do I join Thrive? I have 2 kids going into 1st grade.
Oh my goodness.
This is our 2nd year homeschooling.
Okay.
We love the support.
Oh, good. Yes. So it's right at the top of my bio. Just click the bio. And then, the information's right there when they click, isn't it, Scott? Yep. Yeah. I would love to. And then when you join, I DM you pretty much within a day or two. As fast as I can, I DM all the new members. And so remind me that you were on the live so that I can remember you. And what's her username? Because I want to look.
Riley.
Riley. Okay. So I'll be looking for you. That's awesome. Yeah, so when you join Thrive, you and I DM. You can DM with the mentors. You can DM with everybody in the group. It's a very supportive group. You can go to my bio to look at all of the details of what the group entails. It is not a social club, although there are social things. It's a place where you will find belonging. You will find support. You will get the help that you need. On a bad day, we're going to come around, rally around you and hug you. And on a great day, we're going to celebrate your wins with you. We're going to train you. We're going to teach you. We're going to de-school you. You're going to make really great friends. We're going to connect. It's wonderful. It's I love it. Yeah. And I love the mamas I've gotten to know. Stacy's here. She runs all of our parties. What's our next party, Stacy? Are we doing favorite things? I think we're doing favorite things in August, aren't we? Okay.
So he said, my kids miss being with other kids after being in preschool this past year. Mm-hmm. Must be homeschooling.
Yeah. Have you found a co-op yet? This mama in here says that her kids were in a preschool and now they're missing kind of being around friends. Have you found a co-op or have you found community? Anyway, I'll wait for her answer.
Albert, we'll get to you, but we're going to follow up with
Okay.
Beachburg.
Albert, we'll get to you.
The boys said more free time. We can move more. More family time, less stress.
Wow. So I asked a mama to go ask her boys. They went to private school and asked to be homeschooled. And I wanted to know what they said, why they wanted to be homeschooled again. At more free time, check, yes.
They can move more.
They can move more. Okay, you guys, so this reminds me of a story. Wait, I'll circle back to the story. Don't let me forget the story. Move more.
Yep.
What were the other reasons?
More family time.
More family time.
And less stress.
Less stress. My heart. Right? Just a nurturing environment to learn. Okay, back to the story. My son is just a wiggly worm. Who isn't? I am. Look at me. I'm like jiggling around. He came to me a couple of weeks ago with a schedule about how he does a subject, goes out, does 20 minutes of basketball, comes back in, does another subject. And he was telling me all about how he knows he needs to go outside and shoot some baskets. When he starts to do this, his fingers get wiggly like this. And I was just so impressed by his ability to evaluate himself and assess himself and where his nervous system is and what his body needs. And I was thinking to myself, my goodness, what would happen if this kid was in school where they don't have the freedom to give their bodies and their brains what they really need? And the reality is, that's not preparing. Being in school is not preparing kids for real life. When you have a job, even a job at a workplace, most of us have freedom. We can take a break. We can step outside, get some fresh air, grab a snack. Like, we're not stuck and, dictated by bells. It's not prison, right? So I was just really proud of him that he was doing that self-assessment. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Other questions?
Yeah. That's such a great question. Okay, Albert.
Albert.
What's one thing you would say to someone having doubts about homeschooling?
Having doubts about homeschooling. I would tell that person to read my book, but it's not out yet. Wouldn't you, Scott? Because Scott has read the book.
Yeah.
More times than I think you. He has edited the book quite a bit. The book is coming out. It's going to be on pre-sale in September, and it's coming out in the spring. But you're one of the people I wrote the book for. But doubts. If you are having a tremendous amount of doubt, am I going to ruin my kid? Can I teach this stuff? What if I mess my kid up? I would encourage you to go back to the statistics. Go to websites like NARI, and someone can write that in the comments, and revisit the statistics on just how much more successful homeschoolers are. And I would start there. I would read John Taylor Gatto. I would read Peter Gray, John Holt. I would read maybe Well-Trained Mind. Someone can write these down. Yeah. And just to give yourself the confidence back that this is really the best thing for children.
Yeah. Okay, great. So we have Spicy Savage Mama. Hi, Christy. I need to add an American history book. Do you have any recommendations?
An American history
book.
Textbook or living books?
I don't know. We'll wait to hear from her.
Okay.
She's over on Insta.
Okay.
Okay.
Hi, Instagram.
Brandy over on Facebook.
Is it my Brandy?
Nah, I don't think so.
Well, she can be my Brandy. Do you want to be my Brandy?
How do you switch your style of teaching reading after teaching via sight words? She's
I know.
Beginning first grade.
I would buy a scripted curriculum is what I would do. Something like I have in my bio, I have recommended curriculum, and I have a section on teaching to read. And those are Orton Gillingham based programs in there. So following one of those, I know I had to de-school myself too. It's crazy. But those programs are scripted, so you can't mess up.
Nikia, how do I homeschool with a full-time day job? I'm the director of a childcare center.
Okay.
I can take my kids with me.
Yes. And it depends how old. So she works at a daycare center full time. How do I homeschool my kids? Hi, Livy. Oh my goodness. My friends are here. It depends how old your kids are, because if your kids are really little, sure, school is done very quickly in about an hour, but yet you are needed. You're the one that has to teach your child to read and sit with them. So if your child is older, it's more about management and check-ins, which you can probably do on breaks and things like that. So I definitely think it's possible, and it depends on your situation, your support. Like if you have to be there every day, is there someone on one day a week where do you have a spouse who can help, or family members, or a trusted babysitter or something who can take your kid to co-op or into play dates and things like that? So it could be a little bit tricky depending on quite a bit of factors: age of kid, what their learning profile is. Some kids it takes longer because of their learning profile to be independent learners than others. Yeah.
Stephanie says, I'm so worried because I have a son that's in a self-contained class, but I want to homeschool.
Yeah. Grab my How to Homeschool guide. It's right here. It's free. It's 26 pages. And this will get you on the road. And then her son is in a self-contained classroom. Yeah.
Yeah. She can do it.
Yeah. Can absolutely do it.
Oh, the Spicy Savage Mama.
Savage Mama's here.
About the American history book. It was a textbook.
You want a textbook for American history?
Yeah.
So I don't teach my kids to actually, you know what? What is behind there? I think that's no. Oh, it's upstairs. Can I have that? Hold on. What age is the kid?
We will wait.
Okay. So I don't teach my kids history with textbooks. Oh, fourth grade. Okay. So I don't teach my kids history with textbooks. I teach with living books, but there is a kind of a living textbook. It's called American History, a child's first book of American history. Someone can write it down. It's upstairs. I didn't want to get the name wrong. By Earl Shenek Myers. And it's an illustrated history book. If I was going to recommend a textbook, that's as far as I will go, because I love teaching history through living books and through literature. Okay, next question.
Okay.
I don't want to make you mad. I just don't. I mean, what are the really common homeschool textbooks? They're Story of the World, Mystery of History. I mean, I can tell you what they are. Mystery of History. You can go to my recommended curriculum. It's a free download, recommended curriculum. It's like 4 or 5 pages, and I have a section for history there. So, and I put stuff on there that I don't necessarily use, but is well respected in the homeschool community. If you want to go the textbook route.
Q&S Chris, this is such great information.
Oh, great! I'm so glad. Yay!
Okay. We need to go soon.
Okay. I don't want to go yet.
Angie says, let's get to Sarah. Hey,
okay, Sarah.
Sarah and Nikki are asking kind of the same thing.
Okay.
Where would you look for other homeschooling families or co-ops?
Okay, Sarah and Nikki, where do you find community? Well, of course, your community, Mamas Only, you can join Thrive, and you will feel like you belong and you will feel supported. But in terms of, and you can go to the link in my bio. In terms of finding co-ops and local stuff, brick and mortar co-ops, cottage schools, micro schools, that type of thing, Facebook. Facebook is where to go. So you would get into Facebook and look for all the free groups like homeschooling preschoolers, and I live in the Denver area. Homeschooling preschoolers in Denver, homeschooling junior hires, or you can go by your county and just search, join all of those. You can also, I don't know if you have a faith, but generally speaking, the larger churches in your area, if they don't have a homeschool community meeting at their church, they probably know of the ones in the area. That's another way to find communities. Churches are just where they tend to meet because churches, they have facilities that are not used during the week. So it's really common, even for non-faith-based homeschool communities, to meet at churches, quite frankly. Yeah. Okay.
Amber from the group,
yes.
actually. From
Amber.
As I've said before, you are one of the main reasons I have the confidence to homeschool our kids.
Oh, Amber, that's so sweet. Thank you.
Hi, I'm struggling to get my son to engage in online courses that we do together.
Okay.
Suggestions?
Are they self-paced? Because it might benefit him to go with like something like True North Homeschool Academy or Scholé Academy or Open Tent or one of those OutSchool that offer live online classes. Because that can be a real game changer where there's now community of other friends and then a teacher that you approve of, that you like, that you've chosen the curriculum for or approved the curriculum that your kid can turn work into. So a lot of people think homeschooling is all about us. It's all on us. When the kids get older, it's a lot about sourcing and outsourcing. And that's usually a combination of in-person stuff, online stuff, self-paced stuff, and book stuff. It's kind of a combination of all of those things when kids start to get older.
Shauna over on Facebook asks, what free Christian biblical-based curriculum could we use for first-time homeschoolers, a kindergartner and first grader?
The free Christian one that I would recommend is Easy Peasy. Yep. It's free.
Stephanie, you give me courage to start.
Stephanie.
Thank you. She's over on...
Are you in Thrive?
She's on TikTok, yeah.
Can you be in Thrive? Can I know you? I'd love, if you are here tonight and you are getting encouragement at all, I would love to get to know you personally and have you in my community. So just consider yourself personally invited. It's not for everybody. Look at the details in the bio because it certainly isn't for everybody. But a lot of the moms in here usually is because you guys are here because you want to learn. And we're all on the growth plan together. So yes, it is a cost. Yeah.
Yep. Okay, Lisa, I will soon have a third grader. I've been using a Becca. Could you recommend another curriculum?
Yes, I can. So in my bio, I have a free download of my curriculum recommendations. They are not only ones that I personally use, but even ones I don't use that are very well respected. So go grab that, and it goes by subject. So please grab the free download that is, I have lots of freebies, you guys. I have that, the curriculum recommendations. I have read aloud recommendations. I have a 5-minute homeschool style finder in there, and then a free homeschool guide. I think I have 4 things in there right now that's free, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Shauna is in Pueblo, Colorado.
Oh, no way! Awesome! Did you enjoy is your weather like mine? It's like this was our first hot day. Like seriously, we had such a rainy spring. I'm wondering if Pueblo is like, where is how far is Pueblo from us?
I don't know, 4 or 5 hours.
4 or 5 hours, okay.
Niet Cardona, does a child have to be 6 to start homeschooling?
Okay, so this is such a good question. You guys listen up. The question is, does a child have to be 6 to start homeschooling? So there is confusion regarding when to start homeschooling because of the various state laws. So it's pretty common so let's rewind for a second. Homeschooling is legal in all 50 states, But each of the 50 states have a separate set of laws regulating homeschoolers. Some states are more higher regulation and some states are lower regulation. But generally speaking, most every state says that when your kid reaches a certain age, in my state it's 7, age 7, they have to be registered either in a school or registered as with the state as a homeschooler. So basically they want to know by the age of 7 where every child is and making sure that they're getting an education. So there's some confusion regarding that because some people think, oh, do I not start homeschooling before then? No, I started preschool with my kids at 3. I just didn't register any of them until I had to because it cost money to register them. So why would I do that? Of course, I did homeschooling. I just didn't do all of the paperwork until I had to. It's very important that we all homeschool legally. We don't need to give ourselves a bad name more than we already have. Please, we are not the crazies. So please homeschool legally. Please make sure you know all of your state laws. And my answer is yes. When your child is 6, absolutely, you should be doing kindergarten, first grade, maybe second, depending on where your kid is. Yeah. Okay.
Cool. Okay. Thoughts on the Peaceful Press homeschool?
Peaceful Press. I have not used Peaceful Press. Personally, I have not used it. Anyone in here have used it? I'd like to know your opinion. There's a mama in here who wants to know. That's the type of thing we post in Thrive. Like, anyone use Peaceful Press? Because usually there's someone in our group that has tried something or everything.
Thoughts on the Good and the Beautiful?
Oh, Kelly, you're so sweet. Kelly's in the group. The Good and the Beautiful. The Good and the Beautiful is considered an open and go Charlotte Mason curriculum. So if you take my homeschool style finder and you find out that you are a Charlotte Mason homeschooler, that is a curriculum that you might enjoy. There are several Charlotte Mason style curricula options out there. But that's why taking the homeschool style finder is really helpful as you're buying curriculum, because if you're a Charlotte Mason homeschooler, you're not going to go with something like a Becca because that is the traditional style. You're going to go with more living books type stuff.
Yep.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
So we should go soon.
Okay. Do I get
see.
chocolate? I want chocolate after this.
You always get chocolate. No problem.
I know. Scott went to See's Candy today. Okay, we have this. Do you want to hear our family ritual? We have a ritual. We have lots of rituals. We have these family rules. And one of our family rules, do you even want to hear this? I never know if you guys actually want to hear this stuff or if I should just be like, spit out as many homeschooling answers as I possibly can. But I'm going to tell you anyway. So my son's at a birthday party right now. By the way, shouldn't he be home?
Yeah, he should.
Okay.
It's okay.
Okay. The neighbors are bringing him back because he's at a party. You know, because homeschoolers have no friends and they have no social life and they're all awkward, so they never get invited to parties. So anyway, of course, did I have the present for this kid this morning? No, I did not. There's a birthday party tonight. So I was stressed out. So my husband said, my sweet husband, everyone give him a heart. He's like, I'll take him to get the present. Because we go to this certain place. Why do we go to this certain place? Because they will wrap said present for $1. They will wrap the present when you go to this place. Hello, take $1. I would pay more than that. But anyway, it's right next to a See's Candy. So we have this family rule that whenever we go to this particular toy store, you can never go to that toy store without also visiting the See's Candy, which is adjacent. So I knew Scott was coming home with chocolate for me, and he did. What did you buy me? Did you give me a Scotchmallow?
You got it.
He got me a Scotchmallow. I'm going to have it with ice milk. Does anyone else love See's Candy in here? Okay. I can end that. We can go back.
Okay. So
I'm here for you guys. I'm here for you guys. Do we have an SAT, ACT question?
Yeah, we'll do that and then
Okay.
we can wrap.
Let's talk about the SAT and ACT. I just saw it in there, but I didn't read the whole thing.
Yep.
What is it?
Oh, it is. Can you tell us how to prep kids for SAT, ACT?
Yes.
What are the best resources?
Yeah. I like College Prep Genius. Jean is fabulous. This is not sponsored. I just like her, and I think she does a good job. And we are using her program next year because I start SAT and ACT prep in junior high for my kids. And so we are starting pretty soon. Oh, peanut brittle. Nice. Peanut brittle, more than one person. I haven't tried the peanut brittle. I grew up on See's candy. And I haven't tried the peanut brittle. Well, now I'm going to try. I bet it's salty. Yes, ACT and SAT prep. But, I taught SAT and ACT prep for a lot of years. It was a very big part of our business. And the most important thing to do is free. And that is take the ding-dong practice tests. And I'm not talking 2. I'm not talking 5. I'm not even talking 10. I am talking 20, 30, 40 over the course of many years, so that by the time your kid takes the SAT or the ACT, it is such a boring test that they have completely mastered that they just score really well. Demystify that thing. It's a standardized test. It's a finite amount of logic. So you can master it. You can literally master it if you put your mind to it. It's not that hard. It just takes time. And by the time kids, and this is why you pay the big bucks and you have the crash courses on the SAT and the ACT, because by the time your kid is in high school, they're taking a heavy course load. They're freaking out about their college grades, their grades to get into college. They're freaking out. They're stressed out. And now they have to add test prep on top of everything. Start early. Give yourself an amazing runway. Do it in summers, right? And then by the time that test rolls around, it's not hard.
Okay. We're going to end with this.
Okay, we're ending with something big.
There's a couple little homeschool crises here.
Oh, no.
Yeah, we got to help them. It's a hard mom.
Wait, stay. We have some crises. Crises.
It's a hard.
Oh, dear my.
It's a hard mom life. I've homeschooled my kids for 6 months, and now they want to go back to school.
Okay.
That's one. And then Chrisa Romero, my daughter said the same thing. She wanted to go back to school. What am I supposed to do, or what am I doing wrong?
Okay. I have so many questions for you. Ladies, I would love for you to join Thrive and to talk through this during office hours, because I have more questions than answers. I want to know what curriculum you're using. I want to know what their social landscape is like. I want to know what their interests are. I want to know the style of homeschooler you are. I have so many questions, but you can be in tune. I also want you to give your girls, one of them has girls. Yeah. I want you to give your kids a really kind of questionnaire, like a moment with them. What do they love? What do they not love? Some deeper questions to get to the root of why they want to go back to school. And I want them to feel seen. I want them to feel heard by you. I want them to feel safe with you so that they believe and they know in their core that the decision you end up making for them is for their good. So that's where we have to be. We have to hear their voice. We have to listen. So I have more questions and answers. If you don't want to join Thrive, we can also do a consultation. That might be a good thing to do. So just evaluate your options, and I would love to help you further. Yeah. And we can make adjustments together and tweaks and figure out exactly how to fix it. So it's not uncommon for kids to fight the homeschooling. So that's not unusual. Don't feel alone there. And clearly there was another mom in here who's going through the same exact thing. So Anything else, you guys? Oh, and just when my phone said low battery, so I have to go anyway. I will try not to wear off-white. I will try to come next time with clean hair so it doesn't look so dark and you can, I did get highlights. Can you see? So anyway, I will see you in Thrive. This week we dropped the poetry deliverable. It's going to be amazing. And then don't forget on July 1st, we're doing that huge bonus 3-hour workshop on planning your entire school year. So when you come on that Saturday morning, we're all going to I'm going to walk you through how to plan your school year. And then you will leave the workshop with your school year planned. That is July 1st. So if you've been on the fence about joining, definitely join. Don't join after that workshop because that's a 3-hour workshop. Normally they're only an hour. Also, don't forget tonight, sorry, I'm shaking this. In a couple of hours, my book club is closing its doors. If you email me tomorrow wanting in, I'm not going to let you in. I'm sorry, I'm not. I love you, but I can't. So the book this summer is Simplicity Parenting. I'm super excited. You can sign up for my book club. It's just a book club. It's a 6-week book club. You're not joining anything prolonged. You're not joining a monthly anything. It's just a book club. You can join in my bio. There is a button there as well. So check out the bio. There's tons of free stuff in there. You can check out Thrive. Check out the book club. I love you guys. This was so fun. I'm going to go have ice milk and chocolate. And I'm going to go read out loud fairy tales. So, all right. Love you guys. Have a great night.